Welcome everyone, I'm Tina Fremantle, and in this webinar I'm going to share with you how you can become an in-demand hypnotherapist, achieve faster client breakthroughs, save a lot of time and become financially free by mastering advanced conversational hypnosis. So let's get started. Now I'm going to be sharing with you statements that describe what a lot of hypnotherapists are actually experiencing, and I want you to be really honest with yourself and count how many of these statements you actually identify with. Okay, so the first one is charging so little that you need to do a day job to support your family. Second, you're unable to scale using your one-to-one business because sessions take way too long with lots of homework and follow-up sessions. You're fed up of sourcing, preparing, and reading long scripts that don't lead to lasting breakthroughs. Maybe you're suffering from shiny object syndrome, signing up to new courses and that actually teach the same thing repackaged. And maybe you're creating audios that clients don't actually listen to. And maybe you're overwhelmed by remembering all the different techniques, steps, and then you end up scrambling around your folder for your scripts. Maybe you're running multiple sessions, repeating steps, and getting the same old results. And then maybe you're actually exhausted by talking continuously in the sessions. You're unable to get clients to actually relax or visualize. You're sick of training that has little demos and therapeutic steps, and it's all just full of theory. You're afraid that you might traumatize a client, especially when you have to visit past scenes and you're unsure how to manage heavy emotions. And you feel you have way too much homework when you do a new course. And maybe you're actually then doubting your ability to get your client the results that they want. And then possibly you're doubting your modality because clients are relaxing but not experiencing significant breakthroughs, which means you're actually left with a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to things not working out for your clients. And I'm guessing that you probably identify with quite a few of these statements. But let me tell you, it's not your fault. The thing is, the therapy industry is in a mess and it hasn't evolved for decades. So I want to, later in this webinar, share with you an alternative approach. So based on your experience, what does your outlook actually look like? So the last year, you were probably in your day job. You felt you were wasting your time. Maybe you felt overwhelmed by all the techniques that you're using. And that's left you actually with making little traction. Breakthroughs were patchy. So you signed up for more training, which turned out to be more of the same, which left you with even more doubt. And you were disheartened, possibly exhausted. So right now, your current situation, you're still in the day job. And there are even more hypnotherapists that are qualifying and competing for the same clients. And your time is not spent in the areas that make the biggest impact. And you want to focus on client results. But clients keep coming back to you because they need multiple sessions, because they didn't actually get the results that they wanted. And then that leaves you with doubting yourself. And you're wondering maybe if you're cut out to be a successful hypnotherapist. And you even feel even more overwhelmed with all the techniques and you wonder if the business has any potential. So all of this means that your outlook for the next 2 years is even dire, right? So what happens then? Your income from your business actually isn't great and your business is threatened because you're facing even more fierce competition. Maybe you're competing on price. You're left feeling like you're just stuck or you're left behind. Others are moving ahead and your business isn't growing. And you might even be thinking if the business is viable. Now, it will probably leave you feeling unfulfilled, like you're walking away from your dreams, and then you're just returning back to becoming a full-time employee, facing the anxiety, stress, and potential burnout. And these were all the reasons that you probably wanted to move away from being an employee and starting your own business as a hypnotherapist. What I can say is that doing the same thing that you've been doing for the past few months or even years is not going to get you closer to your dreams of financial freedom and helping lots of people change their lives. Now, you are on the right track to experience more self-doubt, more undercharging, more underestimating your competency and skills, and more difficulty in achieving fast, robust breakthroughs, and more overwhelm, dissatisfaction and burnout, and more costly training and qualifications, and more income worries. Meaning you'll be in the exact same place as you are now, only with less time and less money. And that's not a place you want to be in. So, what your future looks like? Well, your mental and emotional well-being will suffer with doubt, low self-worth, overwhelm, feeling unfulfilled. And that's going to have an impact on your physical well-being with anxiety, stress, and then lack of balance in your life. And that leads to your financial situation. More money wasted on training that didn't actually live up to what it was claiming, and you have limited earning potential, you're playing it small and failing to scale, and the viability of your business really suffers. So why should you listen to me? Well, I'm going to keep this a bit brief. Like you, I was also trained as a traditional clinical hypnotherapist, and I was confused, frustrated, and I felt quite limited by the methodology that I'd learned. And it led me to actually find an alternative and switch from traditional techniques to focusing solely on advanced conversational hypnosis, which, to be honest with you, has transformed my hypnotherapy practice. My client breakthroughs have soared, and I can confidently help clients now experience life-changing transformations in as little as 1 or 2 sessions. And financially, I've seen a significant increase. It's been a game changer. I now command higher fees per transformation while spending actually less time on each client session. And because I'm not having multiple sessions, I'm getting breakthroughs in as little as 1 or 2 sessions. So there's much more work-life balance there as well. And I get to focus on the areas that really matter and that I actually enjoy. So I want you to experience the same level of success. Now, the question is, do you want this too? So let me share with you more about what advanced conversational hypnosis is and how it can help you. Now, I'm going to share with you exactly how to differentiate your hypnotherapy business against all the other hypnotherapists out there. And the vast majority of hypnotherapists now are actually holding on to their modality really tightly and running lengthy multiple client sessions. They chuck every technique at the client. They offer hourly or package rates with lots of homework. So things aren't actually happening fast with traditional hypnotherapists, and their results are quite shaky. Clients relapse, which jeopardizes their reputation, and it doesn't reflect highly on the industry either. Now, with advanced conversational hypnotherapy, the people that are actually using this are actually thinking differently and doing things differently, right? So I want to share with you an analogy. And let's say you have a toothache and you visit the dentist, and dentist number one says they can stop the toothache and your mouth will be perfectly healthy after just 1 session, and it will cost you £2,000. You go to a second dentist who says they can help you, but it's going to take 4 sessions and it will cost you a total of £600. Which do you pick? If you're in a lot of pain, I'm guessing you're going to opt for the first dentist. Now, it's the same with hypnotherapy. Clients have lived with their mental, emotional, and physical pain for months, if not years, before they sought help. And by coming to you, they actually want their problem gone and they want it gone fast. So now I'm going to touch on the major differences between traditional hypnosis compared to advanced conversational hypnosis. Now, the first major difference with traditional hypnosis actually lies on the formal inductions and the trance states, whereas with advanced conversational hypnosis, we actually use conversational techniques to induce trance. So we cut out inductions altogether. Same goes with deepness and suggestibility tests, which actually saves us a lot of time without formal inductions. We're essentially making use of the natural state of trance that we experience hundreds of times a day. So there's no need to force a client into a relaxed state of trance. And the second difference is the communication style. Traditional hypnosis is actually quite directive with suggestions and commands, which is not ideal, right? Because the subconscious mind doesn't like being told what to do. With ACH, we actually take cues from the client's subconscious and negotiate with the subconscious so that we can get it on side for permanent, lasting change. And the fourth difference is the dependency on scripts in traditional hypnosis. Now, you spend ages sourcing, writing, and reading scripts, which aren't always aligned with the client's presenting problem, because we know that when they come in to see us, often the root cause is something different altogether, which actually leaves you scrambling around looking for a different script, and then you start changing it on the fly, and it can actually lead to shaky breakthroughs, really. And with ACH, we don't actually use scripts to create lasting change because we test the robustness of the breakthroughs in the sessions. Now, the fifth difference is the speed of results. Now, results can actually vary tremendously with traditional hypnosis because of the use of induction, suggestions, deepness, and all the other techniques that you throw at the client. With ACH, we don't do this. We don't use techniques. Instead, we make use of principles that actually guide the way we run sessions. And that creates faster and more profound breakthroughs by accessing the unconscious mind through conversation. The sixth difference with this is client's understanding. With traditional hypnosis, the client isn't an active participant in their healing journey, so they don't necessarily understand the process or their role. Instead, they're just bombarded with one technique after another. With ACH, the clients are actually empowered to be active participants in their transformation process because we constantly engage with them rather than talk at them. And the seventh difference is the therapist's role. With traditional hypnosis, the therapist takes on an authoritative approach, directing the session, whereas with ACH, the therapist actually acts as a facilitator, guiding the client's unconscious mind through conversation. And let's face it, everyone is different, and you cannot claim to understand each client's subconscious mind. So the eighth difference is how resistant clients are handled. Now, traditional hypnosis doesn't effectively deal with clients who are resistant to, say, relaxation or can't visualize. Whereas with ACH, we're actually equipping the hypnotherapist to bypass the need to relax the client through inductions and make them visualize because we're engaging with the clients verbally. And the ninth difference is the depth of trance. With traditional hypnosis, there's a lot of emphasis on creating a deep state of trance and convincing the client that they're hypnotized. Now, this isn't actually required in ACH because the emphasis is on conversational techniques to induce light trance, which means the client is always consciously engaging with you. And the 10th difference is ethical considerations. Now, with traditional hypnosis, there's always this question mark that looms over about informed consent, which some clients can actually perceive as coercive. Whereas with ACH, we're prioritizing ethical communication by respecting the client's autonomy. Now, that should give you a flavor for the major differences between traditional hypnosis and advanced conversational hypnosis. Now, here are just a few of my clients' testimonials. Now, most of my clients actually say they wish they had found me sooner. They've often had years of therapy that skirted around symptoms. They felt better for, a little while, but then their old symptoms would reappear and, they were left in a lot of emotional, mental, and physical pain. And when they experience ACH, they actually say, I can't believe it. One or two sessions has been magical, and it's done for me what years of therapy never actually did. And here are some more testimonials from clients. Now, these are my clients that have experienced sleep problems. And we all know that these are just symptoms of something that's much, much deeper. And the changes that these clients have experienced are actually incredible and they feel magical to them. So my question is, don't you want clients to be raving like this about their work with you? So then my next question is, are you ready to become an in-demand hypnotherapist? So now I want you to imagine how different things could be if you were, say, for example, script-free. Imagine saying goodbye to tedious preparation and scripts and that heavy reliance on those scripts, right? Just imagine how much time you'd actually save. And you'd also save a ton of time by cutting out all the unnecessary steps like inductions, deepness, suggestions and regressions, language patterns, audios, and you're maximizing efficiency without compromising results. Then you'd also have the confident clarity in the direction of your sessions, which would flow intuitively, addressing the root cause with precision every time. You're no longer dancing around symptoms. Instead, you dive straight to the heart of the matter. And you get multifaceted results by tackling multiple issues in a single session, right? Because you're dealing with the root cause, which we know can actually manifest in many different problems. For example, I want to share with you, say, healing childhood trauma can actually resolve visibility fears, boundary issues, anxiety, maybe even relationship problems, and so much more, right? So by doing this, you're dealing with many, many problems. And you're also liberated from endless techniques and scripts because your intuition and curiosity guide you, which in turn actually takes the pressure off of you from feeling like you've got to give your clients the results because you're acting as the guide and the facilitator, which makes your confidence actually soar. And then you get rid of the doubts about a client's state of trance because you have 100% trust in the process. And there's also the certainty of success because you experience the satisfaction of knowing that your clients have actually achieved the desired outcome every time because you test the robustness of their breakthroughs during the sessions. Now, you're probably wondering what's included in the training. Well, it's a 2-day live online training where I teach you everything you need to know about successfully using advanced conversational hypnosis to help your clients get robust breakthroughs. Now you get lifetime access to the recordings as well, and That's for the events, and you also get to have lifetime access to all future 2-day training events that you can attend, and you can actually watch those recordings as well. Now, I'll be sharing full breakdown of all the demos that we do on the day, because it's so important that you get to understand exactly how things work. And I want to make sure we develop unshakable confidence in you as a therapist, so that you can actually start applying these advanced therapeutic methods for faster, robust breakthroughs. And as a bonus, you also get access to a private Facebook group with support and mentoring via the group, and all future masterclasses. Now, the everyday price for the training is £1,499. But if you sign up today, your investment is £997. And most of my clients, to be honest, they say that one therapy session with a client actually pays off their investment in this course. So it totally is worth it. So if you want to have fast, robust client breakthroughs, you want to have time freedom and business success without endless scripts and techniques, this is your invitation to enroll in Advanced Conversational Hypnosis training with me. Make no mistake, this is no ordinary hypnosis training course with the same old techniques packaged in a new way. Now, what you're going to experience is something completely different altogether. So this training is going to be very practical, where you'll experience the power of advanced conversational hypnosis firsthand, both as a client and as a therapist. And now, places are actually very limited, because I want to keep the group small, where I get to coach you very closely. And I'll be doing another video on a breakdown of the course, so you get a lot more insight into what you can expect during the 2 days. And if you want to secure your place, I would highly recommend that you sign up now by visiting www.wellhealedlife.com/training. And if you have any questions regarding the ACH training, send me a DM either on Instagram or at TikTok, which are both at wellhealedlife. So thank you for taking the time today for this webinar, and I really look forward to welcoming you to the Advanced Conversational Hypnosis training. So bye for now.